Alright, so I did a bunch of mining, got a bunch of stuff here, and I noticed I just was not finding copper anywhere. So I was like, alright, how did I have that copper? And I went back and looked, and I think I looted them out of containers. But if you look at copper ore, for example, copper ore does not have an overworld. Like, if you look at iron ore, let's look at iron ore, I'll show you what I mean. Iron ore, you click on that, you'll see world gen, like where you would see it. So in this case, 98% chance anywhere from 0 to 63 level you'll find it, basically. So farther down to 63, and then you stop seeing it as much higher than that. And all of the ores should have that if they can be found. But in this case, copper ore does not have one of those. So either it's not found or it's not the way we do it. So quick correction to what I was saying about copper not spawning naturally. I was wrong. It does. It looks like this. It's just been really rare. I've not found a lot of it at all when I've been hunting. Like this is the most copper I've seen. So yes, it does spawn naturally. From what I'm reading on the boards, there's some weirdness with when it spawns and how it spawns. It might be a bug. I don't know. That said, we're going to continue on our path that we were doing with trying to grow copper. But I did notice that you could take stone and feed it through an orchid in Botnia, and you would get copper ore this way. And so this might be the way that we have to go about getting copper ore. I'm trying to see if there's any other way. I'm not seeing it anywhere else. So for us to make brass, we're going to need copper. Is it brass? Yeah, I think so. And to make brass, we need brass ingots, which are, of course, smelted crushed brass, which that would come from a block, because brass is an alloy, so you can't just find brass ore. So what you have to do is you have to smelt it through, or where is it, alloy kiln. So that is copper and zinc. Or is it zinc? Oh, it was tin. Well, either way, we need the copper. So I think we're going to have to start a different mod this week, too, and that's going to be Botnia. And luckily for us, we did find a Botnia book here. Actually, we found 2 of them. And this is another one I've never used before, so we'll have to figure this one out together. You must craft the tiny potato, the fractangle. A book by Vazkill. The official guide for all your Botnia needs. Okay, so one of the first things that we're going to want to do in Botnia is have a good collection of flowers. So any of these flowers that have little sparkle effects on them, those are Botnia flowers. And with the book out, you can sneak, right-click on it, and it'll open to that section and tell you about the different flowers and what they do. We're going to start with that. So I think I've got some over at the other at the colony as well. I'm going to run around. I'm going to collect as many of these different flowers that I see. They've got little sparkles on them. I don't think these count, but I'm going to grab some of these anyways, just in case. And we'll head back to the house after I grab a bunch of those. And yeah, we'll continue from there. So just wanted to point out that a lot of these, they look very different, some of these flowers in Botnia. Like these are the white ones I found. I'll put those back down. And these are gray flowers here. So you can see how different they can look. The blue ones look like this. So they're not like one shape in different colors. They're tons of different shapes. So when you're looking, just look for the sparkles. You'll know they're Botnia if they've got the little sparkles coming off of them. So while I'm out searching, what I've done is I've searched up wool, because that'll give you all 16 colors. Easiest way for me to find all 16 colors. And I've started to put these into the slots that they're in. So once I have these 16 slots filled, I'll know I have all the colors, and I can just basically look for that. So I'm pretty much just kind of running around right now looking for different colors and grabbing what I grab. So this will probably take a little while, honestly. Okay, so we're back. We've got our flowers, a few other things that we picked up along the way. I'm going to put that stuff away real quick so it's not in my inventory confusing things. Put that up in there. We'll put the hay and the glass bottles and the wax over in the food box here. So, did I take shears with me? I don't remember. Hay. So I should have, if I had known I had these shears on me, the thing about the shears is that you, those two tall flowers that we found, those can only be cut by shears, and that's why when I broke them, they broke and they went away, because they can only be cut by shears. And speaking of flowers, there's another thing I should have made that I didn't know about till just now, because I did a little reading. If we look for a petal bag, right? Where is it? Let's see if it's in here. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let me just do at Botnia. It's kind of hard because when you look the stuff up, there's so many different versions of these now. We do Botnia bag. What about pouch? There it is. It's a flower pouch. Okay. So this guy is made with some wool and any one of the petals. And you get petals by taking this. So let's say we take this guy and we put him in here. You get 2 petals per flower. So now I have 2 brown petals, right? And if I find some wool, got some here somewhere. What the heck is my wool? Yeah, we're gonna have to get to doing storage soon. We'll take these 4 wool. We might need more than that. Let me go out here and grab some real quick from these guys. Hi. Can I have your wool, please? There we go. I think that's all we need. And so you do this and you make this guy here. And what you get is a flower pouch. Now, before I put it in my inventory, what this does is this automatically picks up flowers when you're out there looting them, and it turns them into petals. And so it's kind of like it'll instead of you having all of these flowers in your inventory. So let's take these cyan ones and throw them down, and if we pick them back up, you notice we don't have them. That's because they went into here. So if we take this and open this guy up, you can see he's got 21 cyan flowers in there already. So what we're going to do is we're just going to toss all this down, all of these flowers down, or I guess we could just go ahead and click them up in there. But normally when you're getting flowers, that's the way to go, because that way it doesn't take up all the spots in your inventory that you don't want it to take up. So something to know about there. Alright, so we now have that. And the reason that we have this is you want to be able to turn all of these into... Oh, that didn't go up in there. Into petals, because you're going to be using petals to do things. The next thing you're going to want to make is... Look in our book, it'll tell you. So we'll go here to basics and mechanics. And first thing we're going to want to make is a pure daisy, okay? So this book does kind of tell you what you need to know. There's no page things on this until you get into a section for whatever reason. But if we start with a pure daisy, what it's going to tell us is that a pure daisy, when you put blocks around it, transforms those blocks into things. So logs will become living wood, rock will become living rock, and you're going to need these for different things. We're gonna eventually make living wood twigs so that we can make a wand here. To do the pure daisy, we need a petal apothecary though, and you throw 4 white petals into the petal apothecary. Okay, so let's make a petal apothecary to start with, and we'll see what we need for that. Looks like you can do different colored ones depending on what wood you use. We'll just do a regular one. We're gonna need cobblestone, 2 slabs, and then a flower, or a petal, really. So let's get us some cobblestone. Where is the cobblestone? Give me the cobblestone. And I'm going to take a couple more of these and get them cooking, because we're going to be using clean rock for a lot of things here. So you're going to want clean stone, smooth stone, I guess. We need slabs. And I don't think we've made any for cobble yet, so we can do that real quick. Quick slabs. And then we can make a petal apothecary. With the brown, you see it took the brown petal right out of my bag, so you don't have to worry about that. I think it'll just automatically take off the top. And now we have a petal apothecary. And what you're going to do with that guy We're going to put him down. Let's just say over here. Booyah. And we're going to go get some water real quick, because you're going to need a lot of water for Botnia. What do I do with my buckets? Buckets. Who's got the buckets? There they are. So I'm going to get 4 waters real fast, and I'll be right back. Dug out underneath this windowsill, and I made an infinite water source there, and then I did another one here. Only reason I did that is in case I screw this up, I still have the one under the windowsill. I don't have to run back and forth to get water again. But mostly we're going to be using this spot right here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of waterlog this block here by doing like that, and then we need to make a hatch, or trap door, I think we call them in Minecraft, right? Trap door. Is there a cherry wood? Let's see if there's a cherry wood, so it's at least a... Yeah, there is. Okay, so we're going to make the cherry wood trap floor. We need a few more logs of cherry wood, or not logs, but planks. See enough? You guys are gross sounding. Alright, and then we're going to make this guy. I don't know, wait, hold on, before we do that. That's going to be... I wish we could do something that looked like bark here, so that's not so offset. Let me try... Let's do this. That's cherry itself, not cherry wood. Let's just go ahead and make one of these so I can move on here. Boom. Because, see, like, this won't look so bad being what it is. Like that. But this one kind of looks out of place. So I'd like to find something that's a darker color to fix that, but I'll do that later. Alright, and then what we got is the Petal Apothecary. And now you can go in here and you can get water whenever you need it, and it should refill itself. And you can either put it in like that, or this was funny that I read. If you just... I'm going to use Q to throw this. If you throw the bucket at it, it fills it up and you get the bucket back. Which, I don't know why you would want to do that instead of just clicking on it, but whatever. So now you have that in there. Now to make the daisy, we need 4 white petals. And then we can make the daisy. So if we open this guy up, we take one of these out. We'll take 2 of them out because we get 2 per. And then we put those guys in there. Boom. Now we got 4. And then we can just... I think we just throw them at it. Throw in 2. See how you get a little UI now where things are in there? 3 and 4. And then... I'm not sure what happens now. Plus a seed. Oh, okay. You see how it says plus a seed? We'll give you a white flower. So let's get a seed. And I'm curious if it'll take any seed at all. So let's start with some of these aubergine seeds. Or aubergine. Is that how you say that? Aubergine? I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments because you guys love to do that. Let's take wheat too. Just to see. But I'm curious if a seed will... if it'll take any seed. It says wheat seed. Or grass seed, I guess. But let's see if we can toss this out there. Boop. Bam. We now have a pure daisy. Alright, so let's, let me sleep off the night, because I don't like being outside at night, even though our candle down in the mine should keep us safe here, but either way. Just in case. Yeah, people are still dying, falling out of the world. I don't know how to fix that. So now what we do is we find a spot to put this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my other tool, and I'm going to flatten this out a little bit so we have an area to do some Botnia in the front here. Botania. I don't know. However you would say it. Botnia, Botania. Where are the rest of my tools? Where are my good tools at? Here they are. Let me get my mattock. And I'm going to go and flatten some area out here real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I flattened out a big area here. I actually used this tool, the stone excavator. If you look at that, it's just like the one from Tinker's, and it does a 3x3 area for dirt. And there's also a hammer for digging, and there's a lumber axe as well. So just got to make yourself a blueprint out of blueprint paper and a stick, and then I just made one out of stone, and I used it to flatten this area out here, so it's a lot quicker. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some logs, and we're going to put it in this little hole here. We're going to take some stone. We're going to put it in this hole here. And then we're going to do half and half on this one. just so I can see if it matters. And I have 2 daisies. I actually needed 3, so let me grab one more real quick. One moment. I think any old seed works, by the way. Let me get... Oh, no, wait, he is waiting for a seed already. That's right, because I already put that in there. So, yeah, let's take this seed and chuck it in there. Apparently, any old seed does not work. So if you shift right-click, you'll take the last thing out. That did not work. So maybe it's the vanilla seeds. I'm not sure. But no, because I threw a peanut seed in for the next one. So I think it just depends on the seed. Some seeds maybe don't work. But like, see, this is not vanilla, obviously. This is a mystical world. So we toss that in there. Boom. Now we have 3 pure daisies. And what we can do is take these pure daisies and plant them between these things. So this is all logs. This is all stone. And it has to be clean stone, not cobblestone. And this is a mix of stone and logs. And now we just wait a few minutes for this to do its thing. Shouldn't take too long, from what I understand. You can see the magic happening already. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, so this became living wood. This became living rock. And this did living wood and living rock. The reason we did this one was I was wondering if it had to be all the same thing, but apparently not. So whatever's around it, it'll transform it into that. And now we can get this, pick this up. Get an axe real quick. And we have living wood and living stone now. Of course, if it's living, this is horrible to chop it up, but whatever. And I think the way this works is these daisies are only going to last so long. I think they only have so many uses before they wither and die, so it's not like a forever thing. You'll have to replace them in time. I'm not exactly sure how long that is, but we'll test that too and see. But let's get this stuff so we can use it for other things. And since it's going dark, let's do that thing real quick. So according to the book, you can also place netherrack, which turns into cobblestone, soul sand, which turns into sand, ice turns into packed ice, and water will turn into snow. But there is something I wanted to look at, and that was... What was the one I only had 3 of? Looks like I have a little bit of everything, but what's the one I have the least of? Right now I have the least number of... Looks like orange flowers. So we're going to take one of these orange flowers, right? We're going to turn him into petals. So if we take him and turn him into petals, and we're going to put that guy, we're going to click the ground with a petal. You see how it makes it a little sparkly? And then we're going to click this ground with a petal, with those 2 petals, and then you take bone meal, and bam. And now you end up with a 2 tall version of them. So as long as you have found your first one, you should be able to snip this with that. And that gave us tall mystical orange flower. And that also gave us a tall mystical orange flower. And then I wonder if we can replace what's in the bag with that. I wonder if that's doable. It is not. But that's okay because these can become petals themselves. The tall ones, they give you twice the number of petals. So I would get 8 more petals this way. So as long as you keep some of these petals in stock, you can always make more with bone meal. So find your first one, store them, maybe have a seed somewhere, and then you can keep that. So yeah, that's something to be aware of, growing your own mystical flowers. Alright, something else I just figured out. I did a bunch of petals off of those tall ones that I had. We're going to bone meal in the middle here somewhere. I guess you can't bone meal in an area. We're going to bone meal all of these that we have the orange on, right? Get a whole bunch of these guys. And again, the tall ones you can only use the shears on, so make sure you use shears on them. And go like that. Got tons of them. And now we're going to turn those all into petals, okay? So that should give us 32 petals right there. What you can do with those petals for better storage is you can come over here and you can go like this and you can make a petal block. So now you have a petal block. And then you can take that petal block and you can turn it back into petals. So you can store them in 9 at a time in block form if you want. So that's another thing to keep in mind. is that you can, you know, ways to build them and store them and have more. So you're going to be using a lot of petals in this mod from what I understand, so that's something to be aware of. We're going to make a living wood twig, okay? So 2 on top, just like you would make sticks, except you're only going to get 1 twig. And now we're going to make a wand. Let's do @bot, so we're doing that, and we go wand. And now you have this wand, and it's made with 3 sticks and 2 petals of any color, and depending on what you put on there, it's supposedly going to show. So I'm going to try and do a red and a black, because that's kind of my style, and we need 3 of these as it turns out. So let's do like that. Alright, and then let me get out of the pouch some red and some black, and we're going to go like this, give us some red, give us some black. And we're going to take our twigs and go down the line here. And I think we'll do a red on top and a black on bottom. And I don't think it changes anything about how this works. It's just it's really a style thing in general. And so now we have, even though it's red and green, so that's weird. I don't know, maybe red is the only color that changes and the other one is always green? No, the black goes on the end. See, I've got the black on the end. Okay, so it looks like that one slot's probably always going to be green, but then the black is on the tip of the wand. So there you go. And then this is sort of like, what I understand, this is sort of like a wrench, like it's a tool. And I'm not sure what all it does, but I will figure this out real quick and I'll let you know. Alright, so I'm looking through the book here, trying to figure out what the next step is. I try not to do too much looking online if I can avoid it, because I really don't want to just recreate other people's videos on this. So I am trying to learn it as a player as much as possible. But I'm noticing there's 2, under the basics and mechanics, there's 2 things that are locked here. And I think they've unlocked depending on what I've done with the other stuff, right? And so we've already done the Petal Apothecary. I think that unlocked something. We've picked up mystical flowers. We've got the Lexica Botanica. I wonder if we have to actually craft a Lexica Botanica. So let's try that. I'm just trying to make sure everything unlocks here. We have a book somewhere, don't we? We got several books in here somewhere. I can figure out what the heck I did with them. So I know we've looted them. Maybe they're in these. There we go. So we take that and we take a sapling. We'll craft another one of these, even though we've got 2 that we found. But sometimes the crafting is what is important. So if we take him and we put a book with him, bam, we crafted a Lexica Botanica. Didn't unlock anything that I can tell. No big deal. We'll just toss that up in there. The other things are, let's see, we did the Pure Daisy. The Black Lotus is something that talks about, and it says it's elusive. I did look on this one just to be sure. This is something that we'll have to loot in a dungeon, probably. It's not something we can craft, but it's sort of like a container for mana, because mana is the thing we need to get into, is like the power in this, is creating mana. We made the flower pouch, we made the wand of the forest, we made the Pure Daisy. The only thing I can think of is if we look at mystical flowers, when you flip through this, it talks about making, oh, went too far. It talks about making petals, which we've done, and then it talks about a mortar and pestle, to turn that into powder and floral fertilizer. So what we're going to do is we'll create some of that real quick. Mystical white petal. We've done the bone meal by doing the thing on a buried petal. Let's do the mortar and pestle real quick. So we need a plank, we need a bowl, and we need a stick. We have bowls over here, I think. I'm pretty sure we looted a bowl at some point, but maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. So let's grab some sticks real quick. Where are my sticks at? This is why we're gonna get through the initial part of this, and then we're gonna set up probably simple storage, is what I'm thinking, because it'll be a little easier just to search for things than it would be to look through all these boxes manually. We'll make some sticks because I don't know where I put sticks, and let's get a bowl. So if we do bowl here real quick, bowl, make that. We're missing some planks. Grab some more planks. Go ahead and just take the whole stack. Craft the bowl. Then make a mortar and pestle. No, wait. We want that, a bowl, and a stick, I believe. And I think they had to be in a certain order. Maybe. Go like this then. Mortar and pestle. Like that, okay. Boom, we've made a mortar and pestle. And now we can take this and we can say, let's put the black in there and then make floral powder. Actually, let's do the orange. We make 5 of them real quick. Bam. So now we've done that. And then if we take that, the floral green powder, and mix 4 of it with a bone meal. Or we have floral black powder, I think we made, right? Where'd it go? Did I not just make that? No, orange. We made orange. Okay. So if we take these and we put them like this, we go like that, we now made floral fertilizer. And I think floral fertilizer you can just throw... Well, it did it through the door. But you see what happens. The floral fertilizer will grow random flowers on the ground near your base. So you can make a whole bunch of these. Let's do that again real quick. Let's do that real quick again. You up there, come here. You up there, come here. That gives me 3. We need 1 more. No, I got some white. Okay. You, come here. You. Now we go 1, 2, 3, 4. See if any color works. And a bone meal, it does. And you take this guy, and you just click somewhere on the grass. Bam. And you get a random assortment of flowers that way. So that's floral fertilizer.